Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting edition of your show. That's right, it's the Kickout Crew. Want to thank everybody for the feedback from last week's episode. Two amazing matches picked by our own Bryant Haremza, from wherever he chimed in from. I still hear his voices sometimes. That being said, some would say KOC is back with this new episode, and it will be total nonstop action. So wanted to get that in there. Haha, that was funny. Anyway, you can follow us on all of your social medias. Kick Out Crew everywhere, here, there, and everywhere. Please be sure to sign up for Premiere and watch videos exclusively on there. Premiere Streaming Network, hell yeah. Let's see, anything else exciting? Fuck it. I don't know. So I've rambled too much. I guess it's time to send on over to Brad. So, Brad, what you got for us this week?
So last Friday, I went to the grocery store. We had a Halloween party that evening, and I remember last year at this Halloween party, there wasn't a whole lot of food there. And when you're drinking and you haven't eaten yet, and it is around dinner time, it's like, all right, it can mess with you a little bit more than it should. So I'm at the grocery store. And I'm like, you know what? I'll make some burgers before we go. So some cheeseburger, something like this, some ground meat. I'm looking in the ground meat section, and there are 12 employees there. And I guess you can relate to this, James, that are pulling meat off the shelf like it's nobody's business, like with a lot of ferocity. And like they're like, I mean, if any of the time for you to be watching Premier Streaming Network, I'm going to be using my hands and facial expressions a lot here. They're like, pulling it off the shelf. And I'm like trying to get in there. I'm like, like trying to get around these guys, and they're like butting me out of the way. And I'm like, I'm just trying to get some hamburger meat, and they won't let me in. So then I'm like, all right, fuck it. You know what? The store's going through some changes at the moment. Let me just go to a different aisle for now. So I come back to it, and all the meat is gone. I'm like, what is this? I mean, what are the odds of this? So I'm like, hey, any way I can snag some of that hamburger meat out of your the container there? He goes, no. You cannot have the meat. The meat has gone bad. Some kind of refrigeration problem.
Yep.
I'm like weaving in and out of traffic there. Like, I mean, of all time. So I've ended up buying these fucking burgers that are wall burgers in the freezer section. They're like, it said like bacon and cheese flavored. I like to put my bacon and cheese on the burger. I don't want it to be part of the flavoring. It's like, it's like cinnamon gum. Not interested. But so that was just one thing that happened. It was just so bizarre to see these people so like, we have to do this now.
Yeah.
And I think, James, you get it, huh?
The minute you said they were pulling the meat, I'm like, oh, cooler went down.
Yeah.
In the summer, it's bad. In the summer, ours happens a lot.
So anyway, just wanted some burgers, but it just didn't happen. So then so I was at work on Saturday, and it's about 2 Saturdays a month we get lunch bought for us. And they always try to be clever with what they get. I mean, gosh, can we just get some like cheesesteaks or some pizza? I'm good. They're like, what do you want? I'm like, cheesesteaks, pizza, wing. I'm good with all of it. We got pickle witches. So for those of you at home that don't know what a pickle witch is, which I'm guessing is many of you, it is basically like one of those Moby Dill style pickles, cut in half with hoagie or submarine sandwich, hero, whatever you call it in your area, in between. It's a little bit better in theory than execution. Let's just say that. It's like a Chambers of Horrors match, if you will. I mean, who knows? So as soon as you take a bite of this thing, everything falls out of it. So basically, I'm just eating like a pickle with some ham and some cheese, and for some reason, lettuce inside of the pickle. I didn't get it. It wasn't terrible, but I definitely wouldn't get it again. I want to talk a little bit about Battle of the Belts. Now, I'm not going to talk about what was on it in like the matches itself, but there was a word I used last week about Chipotle, and I'm going to use it this week about Battle of the Belts. It is mid. It is poorly advertised. It's just another show to add on to the show we're already watching. If they're going to do a special, like a Saturday night's main event or a Battle of the Belts, it should be made into a big deal. It's not a big deal. I'm a wrestling fan. I'm watching everything every week eventually. Maybe not at the time, but eventually I watch it. If I don't know about it, you don't know about it. And that's a fact. So as we record this, it is 2 days past the Phillies losing Game 7 of the National League Championship. And as disappointing as that is, brings me to another point. Why do we like wrestling? Well, we like wrestling because eventually the hero wins. Your team doesn't always win. It's real life. The Dallas Cowboys have been in a slump.
Fuck
San
off.
Francisco
I knew
49ers
this was somehow going to tie me into this.
No. San Francisco's 49ers, we've all been in slumps. I mean, the Philadelphia won their first Super Bowl in 2018. Ever. Okay? But one thing is wrestling. One thing about wrestling is eventually you are going to be satisfied with the result. And that is a reason to watch it, if for no other reason. Back to you, James.
Unless you're a fan of WWE and they never give the people what they want. But Devyn, did you have something to add at Brad's
Well, first off, that pickle sandwich, whatever it was called, I would try that. And I bet it'd be pretty good. Honestly.
Everybody will try it. It's fine. It's fine. It's just not a sandwich. All right.
But I completely understand about everything falling off it, because I got a chicken cordon bleu sub the other day. Sub of the month from our upstate New York direct sub place. And
I do like sub of the month.
It's a big slab of grilled or crispy chicken in the middle of a ham sub. As soon as I bit that, the piece of chicken was just falling off. I had no stability to that sandwich at all. So, you know.
I will bet you this, though. I bet you there were pictures of it were fantastic.
It looked good. I cut it in half and left half of the chicken on it, and then I had a chicken tender. I just had 2 chicken tenders after. So.
Look, everything tastes all right. It's just, I'd rather just have a hoagie or sub. That's all. And put some pickles on it. You know?
Yeah, crushed up pickles or something.
There was an awful lot of pickle going on.
That's all I had.
Well, it was a fine point, Devyn. A fine point.
Well, we don't want to be caught in a pickle, so we'll just keep this moving. And up next, we have, thank you, Brad, for that enthralling stuff. And, you know.
Enthralling it was.
The grocery thing kind of makes me chuckle because I've been there many times, sometimes multiple times a week on the same fucking thing. But enough about that. It's time to keep it on a rolling with Mike. So, Mike, what you got for us this week?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, I was telling you guys about how my neighbor rents out her house for the weekend. You know, we were shooting the guns, they were bitching about it, all this other stuff. Well, the lady called me and said, hey, you know, can you just, you know, be easy on it? I'm not telling you to stop. I'm not asking you to stop. Can you just be easy on it? I'm like, no problem. You know, I guess these people are rented out for the next couple of weeks. They got it on the weekend. Well, last weekend, she called me up and said, do you mind going up there real quick? They were asking about you about something. I'm like, sure, no problem. So I went up there and the guy's like, do you guys have problems with bears around here? I'm like, yeah, we're in the woods. You know, winter's coming. They're getting ready. You know, they're eating right now. What do you do about it? You know, it depends. If they're somewhere you can shoot it, you know, you do what you got to do. Well, we got a bear. Can you take care of it? I'm like, oh, well, you know, it is hunting season. I'm like, yeah, but you guys don't like me shooting the gun. So I really don't know what else I can do with it. Oh, no, please. If you shoot the gun and it scares it away and it don't come around, you can shoot it all day long if you want. So now they're wanting me to shoot the gun around to scare this bear. But it's just kind of funny how you got these city folks coming around and they don't like the guns, but then they don't like the bear. You got to pick one or the other. So, granted, here pretty soon, I might have me some bear meat.
You know what bear meat tastes like? Deer meat.
No, don't.
Yeah, it does.
No, don't.
It all tastes the same.
No, don't. You don't know how to cook it.
Oh, probably not. I don't know if that's an insult, but
You know how to cook it.
But Mike would know. Mike's Meat Minute.
Yeah. But so yeah. So pick. You want a bear in your yard or you want guns firing? One or the other.
I think you should use a bow and try to kill that bear and really have a sport.
Yeah, but no. But so yeah, like I said, I mean, it's just I thought it was funny how they were bitching about the noise from the gun, but hey, when they're out there having a fire and a bear walks through their yard, they kind of scared about that too.
I I was really hoping it was like, yeah, these people want you to come up there, and you go up there, and it's like, we love your show, Kick Out Crew. We listen every week.
That would have been great, right?
We didn't mean to offend you.
I thought it was they wanted you to take care of it, like put it in like a crate and feed
Oh
it.
no, this thing ain't going in no crate. Good sized bear.
Good sized bear.
It's a good sized bear. But yeah, so like I said, I just thought it was funny how 1 minute they're like, no, 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 please don't shoot, and now it's like, oh yes, please shoot, please shoot.
Well, speaking of scary stuff, thank you, Mike, for that. Whatever. I had a bear pun. Who knows? They can't all be singers, guys. Moving on.
Yeah, good job, Boo Boo.
Right. I was
Bear
not
with us
smarter than
as
the
we get
average
to our
bear on
next
that one
segment.
for sure. Oh,
That
boy.
was unbearable.
Boom.
Waka waka waka.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, moving on. It appears that speaking of scary, what is today's agenda, Brad?
Man, I'll tell you, today's agenda becomes more and more of a absolutely pointless part of this whole thing, isn't it? Today's agenda is really nothing. We have one spooky match for Halloween and one technically sound match for Adam. That is today's agenda.
Hell yeah. I like it.
Quick and easy. Oh, well. Sounds
I
like
like
my
my women,
Saturday
baby.
night. Boom.
Sounds like good hands, huh? Oh man. Well, hey, let's all go. Oh, hell, whatever. Let's go ahead and get on into the matches. So, match number 1 is ABC versus the Good Hands from Impact episode 997. It was taped July 29th, 2023, but it aired August 24th of 2023. It took place in Cicero Stadium. Hope I said that right. In Cicero, Illinois. It had a match length of 9 minutes and 57 seconds, and there was no rating that I could find, or attendance. So,
Is that Cicero or Cicero?
Cicero, son of a bitch.
Is it Cicero or Cicero?
I
Great question for those of you at home.
Yeah. Our Illinois fans, give us some feedback.
This is the picture. This is the picture they have of this stadium with these freaking stupid ass cars in front of it.
That's a raggedy ass car right there on the left.
All of them are raggedy ass.
Somebody needs to move that Dodge Neon out of the way.
Yeah, it's got the salt all over it. And then what is this thing?
And a 2-door Explorer trips me out, man. Like, go
Dent it
4
up,
doors.
too.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What was it,
Yeah.
Nissan Sport? Like, what were those things called?
At least
says
they're
Clyde Park District Stadium. It looks like an oversized YMCA.
yeah, and it got swimming there, soccer, baseball, and kung fu.
They got kung fu fighting.
Yeah. This is
And
the
Impact Wrestling.
The fact
They
that
need
you
to move
found
them
this,
cars
Brian,
fast as
this ridiculous picture. I don't even know if it's the right place.
It is. I picked this picture just for you guys.
I love it. I love it. For those of you at home, please watch the Premier Streaming Network to see it.
we know garbage ass stadiums with garbage ass wrestling.
Oh, I mean, there's some good hands in this one.
Hey-o.
Yeah, they all can't be bangers.
True. But you know it is a banger. This build-up. So, Devyn, how did we get here?
So, it's crazy. The Good Hands attacked ABC 2 weeks before this match. ABC was currently in the tag title tournament, which would go on to be won by Zach Wentz and his tag partner Trey Miguel. So ABC, they really just wanted retribution against the Good Hands. So 2 weeks later, they got it. Here's your tag match.
Well, I'll tell you, that's more than I thought you were
yeah,
going to do.
dude.
So let's talk about it. Adam, this is another variation of the Bullet Club. Any thoughts on these two as members of the Bullet Club?
It's weird because you don't see very many other people in this Bullet Club area until they go to Japan. But I'm a huge fan of Ace Austin, and I'm glad he's finally getting some recognition. And Chris,
Yeah.
athlete.
Yeah, fantastic. Good Hands entrance, promo by John Schuyler. What'd you think of the promo, Devin?
It was all right. I mean, these two, they've been around the indies for like 10 plus years, probably. John Skyler, we've seen him everywhere. AW Dark, we've seen him a little in MLW, ROH. So he's got himself a good tag partner here, and I like him. Honestly,
oh, go ahead. I know
what was your question?
No, no,
I
don't need to
feel
say
like
it, 'cause you're gonna tell me.
they're kind of like a new APA. Like they're kind of acting like an acolyte protection agency for a bunch of tag teams here in Impact Wrestling. So
And that
it's
is
kinda
what I
cool.
was gonna say. Well done, Devyn. Well done indeed. James. So I can't wait to hear how you pronounce this one. Who are the announcers?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It is Matthew Rewalt, baby. That was a shout out to his Aiden English days. And Tom Hannafin.
Both former WWE guys, for sure.
True.
Mike, what would you think? So I wanted to ask you, what do you think of the production here of Impact Wrestling? Like the whole setup?
It's all right, I guess. I mean, it's definitely not. It's nowhere close to anything else right now that we watch on WWE or AEW.
It's obviously smaller. Would you say it has an indie feel?
Yeah, more so. You can say that's what it is. More of an indie that somebody has a camcorder out there recording it, with their phone or something.
But it's funny if you watch the old TNA stuff, it doesn't feel that way. I mean, it's I feel like it's changed a lot. So James, not James, I'm sorry. We already know who the announcers are, pal. It's obviously smaller, like I said, but it's still like, there's still a lot of great action there in the stands. But
What I tell him.
What's that? All right, arm drag by Austin, hard shots by Skylar. Austin fighting off both of them. Now double team by Ace and Bay to Hodge and double stomp. Adam, who's the referee this evening?
It's Allison Lee. I've got to meet her once. She used to referee for New South, and she's actually dating one of the wrestlers at New South.
Which one is that?
Walker 13.
Ooh, sounds juicy.
Yeah, he's got a big match coming up. He turned on his partner. They used to be against with him and Zach Johnson.
Devyn, what do you think of the chemistry between Ace Austin and Chris Bay?
I love the chemistry of these two. Honestly, they're both extremely fast and very strong, like athletically. So they can pull off some great tag team moves, and they've been teaming together now for, I believe, like 3 years. So it's a great tandem.
Conflict boom by Ace and Bay to Hodge. Suplex by Ace to Hodge. Then quick tag, Bay with an elbow. Shoulder to the post to Ace from Skylar. Official was distracted. Hodge swats Ace. Adam, good hands. How is that for a name of a team?
It's kind of like a double-edged sword because, I mean, it's two guys that when you hear good hands in the wrestling business, it's kind of like a curse. It's almost like, oh, okay, well, they're good guys to be in the ring with, but at the same time, they don't see you as a main event type team or a main event person.
So James, I'm sorry.
Having good hands, that's fine. Having good hands is a great thing, but it's also kind of a curse too. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword type deal.
So James, who do you think Arn Anderson would like a team like the Good Hands?
Probably so, and he could teach him how to cut a promo. Because I wasn't really in this is a clean city, unlike clean like Chicago. Like, really got him on that one, buddy. But yeah, I mean, for what they're doing, ring work wise and stuff, I think that's right up the Arn Anderson tree.
Definitely. Blind tag to Hodge. Ace didn't see it. Big clothesline to Ace Austin. Mike, if you watched Impact, you would know that ABC is probably going to win. But let's say, because you don't watch, would you have known that when you were watching this match?
No, I didn't know who was going to win when I was watching it. But you said, I don't watch it, so I don't know who either one is.
That's what I wanted to know. Like, you didn't get any indication that one team was maybe more over or more established than the other, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, I think that's a tribute. That's saying something to Impact Wrestling, that they're putting on really quality type matches, even if you know one team is going to win. And if you were watching for the first time, you would not know. So you answered the way I thought you would. Devyn, who has impressed you more through this match? Like, which team?
I'm very impressed with the good hands. I've known a lot more about Chris Bay and Ace Austin when we came into this match, so I was pretty impressed with John Schuyler and Jason Hodge's tag team technical work.
James, Impact has an emergence pay-per-view ad that is displayed to this entire match. Does that annoy you, or do you think it's good advertising?
I get that it's good. It's good advertising. I get that, but I thought this was emergency when it first started. Like, because there's no like, next week or whatever. Because WWE, they'll put like whatever pay per view, and they'll be like, 8 days away or next week. Well, never mind. I guess it does say Sunday on there. Whatever. Anyway, I get it.
Shut up, Bryant.
Yeah. I mean, I get the advertising of it, but to have it just there the whole time, I thought was a bit much, though.
I do watch Impact every week. I'm not going to say when I have it on that I'm totally concentrating the entire time. I pick and choose what I like, and this was something I really liked. But just so you know, they actually do 2 pay-per-views a month. One of them is one you would have to buy, and one of them is on the Impact app, which you buy, but it's kind of like in the WWE sense. So just so you guys know that, they do 2 a month. Skylar working on the arm, just like, working a body part. The good hands dominating, very old school here. Hodge with a unique submission on Ace Austin. Ace Austin. Guys, I'm having trouble talking. I think it goes back to the text messaging. Ace Austin's arm. Trading shots now. Spin kick to Hodge from Austin. Crowds are now chanting ABC. ABC.
What's that move called, though?
Great question.
The picture that Brian just had up, the arm lock leg. What is that called? What the fuck is that called?
They didn't give it a name. They said they actually said, I think, it's a unique submission. But go ahead, Adam. Do you know what it's called?
Oh yeah, it's called a.
Yeah, you don't know.
So,
It doesn't. Let me tell you
That's always a
something,
good move.
James. If it had a name, I would have said it.
Yeah, true, because they would have said it and you would have wrote it down.
It's like a standing figure 4 arm bar almost, or arm lock.
What were you saying, Mike?
Is this a move they do all the time, or was it like the first time they did it?
So to be honest with you, they have not been around that long in Impact Wrestling. This is why that really jumped off the page to me. It has only been a couple months to me that I've really noticed them, so I don't know. I thought it was unique though. So they're trading shots now. Spin kick to Hodge from Austin. Crowd chanting ABC, like I said. Hot tag to Bay, going off on Skylar, fighting both of them off and dropping them both face first. Adam, what did you think of that sequence there? I mean, did you think it was good or not overdone, or what was your thought process on it?
It's one of them moves that not everybody can do, and Chris Bay just makes it look seamless.
Yeah,
so I was a fan of it. It took a little long to develop, but it was still done pretty good.
It just seems like these two guys just know where they're going to be. Don't you agree?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Slingshot DDT from Bay to Skylar. Skylar kick out at 2. Tag to Ace Austin. Ace Austin still selling the arm injury, which I freaking love, but it cost them the finish here. Mike, is that a good build, strong story when you're really like can't quite finish a match like that?
Yeah, especially when you're still selling it, like selling the injury and all that stuff. It makes it work at the end.
Hodge opens the ropes wider and Bay shoots through. Now Austin fighting off both now back to the arm. The good hands have a double team finish called the favor that they hit. Devyn, for those at home that aren't familiar with because they're not watching it, maybe they're seeing it right there. What would you compare that move to, the favor?
It's kind of similar to a few moves we've seen, like similar to the Road Warriors corner move. It's similar to a few, but it's like I don't even know how to explain it. Adam, you want to take it away?
It's like a Samoan drop neck breaker.
I just thought it was really impressive, and I thought Devyn, I thought you'd do better, man.
And
I'm not good at naming moves.
I like the fact that they named it doing the favor because it has to deal with good hands. And if you know what it means. If you don't, I'm not going to sit and explain it because there's a little story behind it.
It's almost like the Job Squad.
Yeah, doing the favor. Doing a favor is a long time tradition in the business. So it's cool that they left it good hands, doing the favor. It's all kind of linked together.
Do you think, Adam, this is like for the smart fan?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I like stuff like that. And this is, I mean, the action in this match is fantastic, but also just the little things like that are that are like gifts for like little what do they call them? Easter eggs for us.
There you go. I love this match right here.
Yeah. James, do you see any future top guys here of all 4 of them in the ring?
What, you mean ad-free shows? No, I'm kidding.
That's okay. That's good. Subscribe today.
You could. I mean, the ABC guys, I know that they've had their they've had their moments of like, start stop pushes, I guess you could say. Because I've heard about Chris Bay for a while, heard about Ace Austin. So I mean, I could see them too. No disrespect to the good hands. I just don't I don't know enough of them, but I have heard of Ace Austin and Chris Bay before.
I agree. I think all 4 of these guys are putting on. I see a future with all of them. Top guys obviously a different level. I mean, there's only so many spots, but definitely 4 very talented guys here. Bay with a big leg drop, but kind of look like a famouser to Hotch. Then dives out of the ring onto Skylar. Tag to Bay, which I thought was kind of funny, because after that, he wasn't the legal man after all he was doing in the ring at this part, Adam. Like, he was doing all this stuff, and then he goes to the corner, and then he gets tagged? What's the referee up to here, pal?
She's just kind of letting do the lucha rules type stuff. She's being what they call laxed.
Yeah. Helping the story along. Double team kick in the corner to Hotch. The inverted 1-2. Sweet. Beautiful double team finisher to the good hands. And the pin, the winners are Ace and Bay. So that's the match, guys. It was something I wanted you guys all to check out, because I know you're not normally Impact fans, at least a couple of you. But I thought it was worth watching. Definitely a very technically good match. The spots weren't too much, but there were spots. So anyway, thanks.
Well, now we'll have to call them TNA.
So that is a question that we got from our fans that we're going to address later.
All right.
Back to you, James.
So, hey, good match, good stuff. We'll keep it moving. We'll show us some finesse on this episode and keep it moving with Adam. So, Adam, as an in-ring performer, what do you have for us this week?
Oh man, another good week of wrestling. Like Brad mentioned earlier, we had Battle for the Belts. TNA Impact, they have Bound for Glory. So some good matches this week. SmackDown, I think the match of the night was Io Sky and Charlotte Flair. Because I don't think out of the 2-hour show, I don't think they had but like 3 matches. And 3, maybe 4 at the most.
Peace.
But out of 2 hours, you don't have but 3 matches. And I guess it was an easy pick because Io Sky and Charlotte Flair, they killed it. And of course, Io Sky kept the belt. And Collision Saturday night, first off, I want to shout out Stunt Marshall, baby.
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Stunt Marshall, making his debut on Collision, baby.
Hey.
What was his name in that?
The heavy heat champion. So I want to give him a shout out first.
Tad.
Big Bad Brown? What was his name in
that? Bad the Brown, I think is what he went by.
I was like, okay. How about Stunt Marshall?
Yeah, Stunt sounded better to me.
Because that was the guy he told us to watch some of his matches that was with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they used his real name. I don't know. Anyway, it was great to see him. Thanks for bringing that up.
And it was good to see him with FTR too, because they could have put him in there with anybody, but they put him in there with FTR.
Got a couple shots in, right?
Even though it didn't last long enough. But Bryan Danielson and Andrade Olidolo, badass match, man. That was definitely the match of the night. It was good seeing Jeff Jarrett, Eddie Kingston with that Memphis street fight. A lot of shenanigans in it, but them being in Memphis that night, it was just good to see Jarrett and Eddie Kingston. And Jarrett pulling off the win, man. So that kind of surprised me. And then they rolled in the Battle of the Belts. The only thing that really stood out was Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale. I mean, I think they had the match of the night. But Saturday was good night for wrestling, good night for fighting. Sunday battle for glory for TNA. And I hate to go right back to this, but ABC, Chris Bay, Ace Austin beat the Rascals for the championship tag team titles. So that's second or third time they won it.
No hate, appreciate.
I love it, man. I'm waiting for them to do something more. I mean, like I said, I love TNA, but I want them. If they were in more homes, I'd like it better too. Josh Alexander.
That's not what's happening though, right?
I don't know what they're doing. I know they're bulking up their production, changing the name, bringing back the nostalgia stuff. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. Well, there's a question.
And then I know Devyn liked this match. It was Will Ospreay and Speedball Mike Bailey. Will Ospreay just anytime he's in the damn ring, he's amazing. And whoever lands him, for wherever he decides to go when his contract ends in Japan, that they've got a superstar already made. Raw was not that great. Jey Uso, Damian Priest with a win on that one. Dynamite was better, I believe, because Juice Robinson and JF was a damn good match. And then, of course, Bryan Danielson Claudio beat Orange Cassidy and Kazuchika Okada. But I want to go back to the Will Ospreay thing. I want to run something by y'all. Who do y'all think should get him, or who do you think he should go to? Do you think he should go to like a Monday Night Raw and make good money, or should he stay for TNA and be kind of like the company build around him, like for him to be the guy?
I think it has to be AEW because I think he deserves the money. And I don't know how much TNA can pay him or Impact. I don't know. But I don't know if he's ever. I'm sure Japan pays him, but I don't know what. I have no idea what. It can't be like WWE or AEW money. I can't imagine it. But who knows? I don't know that for sure. But I think AEW because they'll let him be him.
Yeah, I like that too. And he said he's willing to move to the States. So I mean, and he said he wouldn't mind going to WWE, but I don't want him because it'd be he'd get lost in the mix.
Has Okada been in WWE before?
I don't think Okada has, no.
But he was in TNA.
So. I think he did some TNA stuff, yeah. I think. Don't quote me on that.
I'm quoting you, pal.
But I'm not the big TNA historian, but I just he was in TNA. Thanks, producer.
I forget he's there sometimes.
I'm so glad Tyler's gone. That dude sucked ass.
He did.
Brian's awesome.
Yeah, I love Brian. Thank God Tyler's gone. Love you, kid, but you fuck us up.
Yeah, he's in his second year of school over at I don't know, some local community college.
What, second year of high school or middle school, probably?
First grade's really hard.
Hopefully he's studying production.
I'm sure that's why.
Hopefully he's not. And he'll do something maybe he's good at.
But I don't know. What do you guys think, Devyn, Mike, James, Ospreay?
I think he should go to AEW, but I would love to see what would happen if he went to WWE.
I mean, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
he have great matches, but I just think he would thrive better in AEW or TNA.
I mean, look at Ricochet. Ricochet, I had high hopes for him in WWE, and it's like, where's he at? I think that same thing would happen to Ospreay. Like, he's a good hand, so they'll use him, but it's just, I don't see him getting a push of any significance. But I think AEW, and if he goes to AEW, signs a decent contract, then old Maxwell, come January, be like, hey, it's like that free agency stuff in like sports. So-and-so signs at this level. Well, you're signing me at this one, So Max probably hopes he goes so he can, puff up that contract. But I see AEW being a better home for him.
What about NXT? Do you think he'll do anything in NXT?
He's just too good for NXT, I think.
Yeah.
Speaking of NXT, did you bring up any NXT matches from this week?
I didn't. My God. Halloween Havoc this week.
So I just want to mention two things there. I want to mention the new champion.
Yeah, Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, tremendous match. A surprise finish for me. I know you guys said differently. We talked before the show, but also I want to shout out Chase U for winning the tag NXT.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
And there's a lot going on in that story because they have there's a lot going on. I would just suggest everybody tune in.
JC Jane just joined them.
Yeah, and there's just so much going on with that. And your girl that Megan knows, James, that is in it, that was in Ride.
Thea Hale?
Yeah, Thea Hale. Like, she's with Jane, she's with them. It's just a lot going on. It's good. Like, you don't know if they're heels, you don't know what's going on.
Brian Pillman is dead. Like,
yeah, he made his debut. Yeah,
we do know he's dead.
Boy, that is interesting, though, isn't it? The way that they're building this character. Take.
You could have just introduced him as Lexus King and left the dad stuff where it was,
But I love it.
To keep referencing. Well, then what's the?
I don't know what's coming out of this, but him sitting in front of that TV. Oh my gosh, watching his dad and then doing it. That is. I don't know.
They can wing it off the Pillman stuff now that they've debuted him and stuff, but I think just mentioning it constantly is kind of like, establish his character. Because is he a heel against his dead dad? Like let him develop into a character and like keep the Lexus King thing. That's cool. His entrance is cool. Kind of like whatever. Coming in on that big ass throne chair. I like it, but
I know this stuff bothers you. I know, but
it's just
they're gonna keep going with it. This is what they're doing. It's what they're doing.
I don't think they'll push it too hard. I bet it's like with Tiffany Stratton, how she was talking about her dad for a little bit. Her dad giving her money and everything, and then she just kind of stopped when she developed her own character and became her.
Like,
so I think it's
introducing him as Pillman Jr., then why are you bringing up the Pillman stuff? Like that's
it's only been 3 weeks. Like
yeah,
he's only been in for 3 weeks.
No way. This is going to be about Pillman. This is what it is. He's an angry kid.
Maybe, but the's no payoff from it.
What do you mean there's no payoff? It hasn't happened yet. Matt Hardy says.
I mean, like, rest in peace, Brian Pillman, but he can't come back and face his son. So what's the point in talking a bunch of trash?
It's about coming into his own. It's about overcoming. It's about dealing with you didn't have a father. Come on.
But quit referencing it then.
Never. They're not going to quit referencing. They're not. This is what they built.
It's going to be like Braun Breaker. They're going to reference it every 2 or 3 matches. They'll bring up Pillman.
It's risky. Anyway, sorry.
As long as his mom's okay with it, then.
Yeah, right.
But Halloween Havoc happened.
He's dead too. What are you talking about? Didn't she die?
I don't know.
Yeah, his mom died. Yeah.
Yeah, recently.
Oh, I did not know that. I'm sorry.
Don't you remember MJF calling her Methany?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she died like right after that.
Right after that.
And how good did Jade Cargill look?
I love how they're bringing her out. I love how they're
just teasing her every show.
chance they get. She does. I mean, I know
she's
it's
a god. It's gonna be great.
The part.
If she wrestles mid, they're gonna rip her a new one. All this hype, because she never was the best technical wrestler. So all this hype, if she comes out and botches the shit out of everything, which she was doing in AEW, don't forget. If she comes out and starts fucking shit up, and heaven forbid she injures somebody,
listen, I think she got better every not every match, but got better and better. And I think her best match was her last match.
But granted, the PC will make sure she's up to snuff, though.
Oh yeah, that's why she's not wrestled yet, because they're training. She's probably training her ass off because she wants to. I mean, everything they're giving her. Yeah, they want her to come out and hit the ground running.
If she debuts good, the sky's the limit for her. We all know that. If
it's going to be a squash. It's going to be a squash, so it doesn't matter.
All right, Naya.
Shout out Matt M.
Squash. But no, it was like good week wrestling. Thank you for reminding me about Halloween Havoc because I'd seen it, had it in my mind, and I forgot to write it down.
It's my favorite show of the week.
And then next week we got Ilya Dragunov, Carmelo Hayes 3. So it's gonna be another damn good match.
Yeah, and I love the story with him and Trick. Well, I mean, it's good shit, man.
Yeah, who took Trick out? Who done that?
Yeah, who's the devil?
I love Braun. I love Braun Breaker though. Just giving him shit about it. Like, it was good shit.
No matter if he did it or not, you did what you had to do.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Shout out Scarlett.
Shout out.
Have you watched their YouTube thing they do?
Yeah,
I just
with
watched
her and
Halloween
Shotzi.
Havoc, but I just, phew.
No, they do they
Howdy.
go to haunted places and walk through it and talk to the haunted spirits and whatnot.
Her and Shotzi, I saw that.
Yep.
Sounds like a
Yeah.
graveyard or haunted house situation and picking the graveyard.
It was a monster mash.
Ooh, imagine that.
It was a graveyard smash.
Boy,
Back to
howdy.
you, James.
Hopefully I
right.
can remember some names in the next match, huh? Woo!
But
You take a long bathroom break.
you know what's good on with the wrestling? Some food, right, guys? Hell yeah! So
We can just end the
you
podcast after this, right?
We used to. It only took 2 hours.
So, I guess we're swinging it on over to Mike to grill up something tasty. So, Mike, what you got for us?
Well, today I'm going to do a lemon pepper chicken on a stick. So,
On a stick.
what you do is cube up some boneless, skinless chicken, dice it up real good. You want to mix it in some olive oil, some lemon pepper seasoning, that zesty Italian seasoning, a little bit of garlic powder, salt, and pepper. Mix it up real good. Put everything on a stick, and you want to air fry it at 400 degrees for 12 minutes. While that's cooking, you want to melt some butter, put some onion powder in there, garlic powder, lemon juice, salt, pepper, other seasoning. And then you got to take your chicken, take it out, put a little bit on it, put a little bit of that melted butter on it, put it back in the air fryer for another 10 minutes. And then when that's done, you take it back out and recoat it again and serve it.
That
like
sounds
lemon
good. I
pepper.
like lemon pepper.
Heard that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
me
You
too.
want to get that. You want to get that melted butter and all that stuff on there, and then put it back in the air fryer. Then you bring it out and you put a little bit more extra juice on there, and you're good to go.
You know, I was thinking about the one you did last week again with the burgers and the eggs. Because I listened to that today, and that is a drunk meal. I heard that back today, and I'm laughing. I'm like, it is such a drunk meal. This one is not.
No, this one's good. On a stick.
Thanks for bringing it back, buddy.
So, yeah,
You're welcome.
I like lemon pepper. Big fan of lemon pepper wings when I go anywhere. Traditional, not boneless, obviously. But
Boneless is bullshit.
sounds
They're
like
chicken nuggets, Devin. They're chicken nuggets.
Hey, I had boneless wings and pizza for dinner tonight.
Just dip your freaking nuggets in freaking wing sauce, pal.
That's it.
Okay, the pizza place doesn't sell nuggets, Brad.
Yeah, they are nuggets. They just don't call them that.
Okay, it's not my
dang.
fault.
Am I wrong about this? They're
You're
not real
100%
wings.
correct. You're
Yeah.
very right on this. It's
You know how
probably
big a
cut
boneless
up.
wing would be?
It's probably cut up, chicken breast and then just fried.
That's it.
I'm not that mad at you, Devin, but just understand what it is.
We're not mad, Devin. We're just disappointed.
Yeah. Like Dr. Pepper all over again.
All right, good stuff. Before we derail it, which I guess is boy howdy, here we come.
Howdy.
I want to give a preface to my segment. Sorry for I think I timed my segment last week. I think it was 5.5 minutes of I don't want to talk about Steve retiring and just wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. But shout out to Ric Flair. A week ago on AEW.
Real quick, I'm gonna interrupt because
Fantastic.
your rant was really good, and I tried to record it all for a clip, but my phone only allows 5-minute clips, and it would not allow the whole
No.
thing. It cut out at the 5-minute mark. It was like, cannot exceed this limit.
Because I was
like,
listening to
sorry,
it while
James.
because I edit stuff, I'll doing other stuff, just listening to it, make sure nothing's crazy on there. And I'm sitting there and I'm like doing something, and I kind of look and watch this for a little bit. And I turn back and I look again, and I'm like, good Lord. I'm like, fuck, dude, this is like the longest segment of all time.
Well, make sure you guys go back and listen wherever you catch your podcast and watch it exclusively on Premier Streaming Network.
And by the way, thank you so much, everyone, for watching it. The results are in, and the ratings are up.
Yeah.
No kidding. I'm not kidding. Doubled our viewership from last month. I'm sorry, James. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's awesome. Always like hearing that we're doing good stuff.
100%.
Because remember,
sure.
it's your show, baby. You know, grassroots. As of right now, no sponsors, nothing. You know, it's just you and your friends clicking record and hanging out. You know, easing the trouble, as I like to say. Just
It's like a day of golf. It's like golfing for a day, you know?
yeah, exactly. So Tampa, huh? I will say, last time I was in Tampa, I got a text message from a friend of the show, Megan Nelson, about some quarrels between us and a favorite Australian of ours, and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And yeah, April Fools on all of us on that one. That was fun stuff. But yeah, Tampa, shout out.
Yeah.
Now, in January, if any of you are ad free shows top guys, hope to see y'all there. I know I'm going to be there. I don't know who else is going to be there. Conrad and his homies, supposedly Bischoff, and the hotel is very nice. You know, I'll put it that way. Going to be really nice on my bank account, also.
Better be.
But, so that looks like some fun stuff.
Why are they having it there, James?
Well, because the Royal Rumble's there. And I hope to see some of the people that we have interviewed at the Tampa area, you know, and maybe see if I can, you know, network with some of them, maybe snag a couple things, maybe see what Premier Streaming Network is doing for the Rumble, and maybe you know, jump on a little bit of that. I'm really hoping I don't want to single anyone out, but it'd be fucking dope to see Stunt Marshall in Tampa and hang out with him again, because he's a great guy. I don't know what all the other companies are doing around that time. I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing something though there, like some of these, you know, southeastern ones. So pumped up for that Royal Rumble. Can't wait. I don't know if we're gonna look into the eyes, and I don't know what we're gonna see. You know, technically, but I will say, and this is a complete like just bullshit, but if CM Punk is the devil in AEW, that would be fucking epic. It would be the biggest work of all time, and it'd be fucking epic. It's not gonna be, but the internet wrestling community would fucking explode if he took off that mask and it was Punk. But I don't know, it's probably Adam Cole or something. But
that's my guess.
Yeah. But you know, we'll see how that plays out.
Why would it be Adam Cole? What am I missing?
The devil in the mask thing that keeps like, you know, going crazy against MJF.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think it's Roderick Strong.
It's too obvious, isn't it?
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
I think it's Adam Cole with Roderick Strong and the two M's.
I was just having a regular conversation like we're not on recording. So go ahead.
Bye.
Boom.
But yeah, you never know. Hey, that's the excitement of who's going to debut and who's going to win the Rumble. If they do Cody again, not feeling it.
So Crown Jewel's coming up, and I guess this weekend as we record this, and you know we have we have Roman Reigns versus Now is that going to ruin everything for the Rumble for him?
Yeah, we'll give you your little push, but it'll be in fucking Saudi, and then we're done with it. You know?
I don't think LA Knight would have won the Royal Rumble anyway.
What? Why not? He's over like Rover.
Yeah, it's just not his time yet.
He's 40 years old. When is his time going to be?
With everything with Cody and everything.
Well, he doesn't have to win the Rumble and face Roman. He can win the Rumble and face Seth.
I think it's going to be Gunther.
And then we're waiting another year on this damn story.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if Gunther goes for Seth. And then
Cody wins Elimination Chamber.
And then Cody Roman.
I don't think so. I think they have to give it to LA Knight, something at WrestleMania, by WrestleMania.
I think so.
Solo.
What
He'll
if
fight
he beats
Solo
Gunther?
at WrestleMania.
I think Gunther's fine where he is.
They're about to prime Gunther up for that Berlin show.
Oh yeah.
a sweet tweet about that. I'm gonna keep it because it's not kosher, but
I won't be surprised if they bring up
That's
Ilya
awesome.
Dragunov for that brilliant show either.
yeah.
I'm thinking Gunther's gonna rise up and Ludwig Kaiser's gonna come in for that Intercontinental title.
I just think Gunther's about to be pushed to the moon.
You
The
already?
moon.
To the moon.
What are you writing, Bryant?
LA
Our
Knight
producer,
versus
Brian.
Paul for the U.S. title.
Speaking of methany,
Oh.
I believe
man.
it. I believe Paul can win the U.S. title. Absolutely.
It'd be smart to put it on him.
Shout out to Logan Paul, by the way, for calling out Rey Mysterio after he wins a shoot boxing. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. He's always working. It reminds me of the old Undertaker and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar lost a freaking UFC fight and freaking went face to face with the Undertaker after. That is good shit.
Yeah.
True. But hey, baby.
Sorry for the spirit of Tampa.
Hey. Everybody, we got some good stuff in right there. And that is the spirit of Tampa. I like it. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Anybody going to Tampa?
James is, well, unless I get a different employment that won't let me off that weekend, I booked my hotel room.
How far are you from Tampa?
Like 3 hours straight west. Like if you
I
look
don't
at a
know.
map,
Florida's-
you see Tampa. If you go straight east to the other coast, I'm like, it's a straight shot pretty much, 3 hours.
Well, Florida's huge. So like it was just like with freaking Sorensen said to our good friend Ben Jones, hey, are you glad that Ad Free Shows is coming to Australia? Yeah, it's only a plane ride away, 5 hours. It's like that's like me going to California. It's not that easy. James Sorensen.
But yeah, I can't wait. And like I said, hopefully some companies do some stuff around the area, and hopefully old billionaire Connie, as Briscoe like to say, maybe he can get some people to jump in, hang out with us and stuff like that.
I'd say so.
Hey,
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in Tampa too.
Yeah,
So,
oh yeah.
I mean, you can get a lot of local people that live there.
I was about to say, hell, half of them live there, so I can just shoot by real quick.
You travel, you ain't got to pay for hotel rooms.
That is true. I like it. You know what else I like? Devyn.
Thanks.
And so Devyn, what you got for the demographic this week?
The newly married Devyn.
He's the
Yeah.
only one, Devyn.
Saw a picture of your projected child. That was terrifying. You want to talk about a chamber of horrors?
That was super scary, and I never want to see that photo again. But speaking of Devyn's demographic, I had to change it after we started because Brad's been saying, don't talk about the TNA yet. So, my new demographic is
I'm sorry, bro.
November 4th. GCW has a pay-per-view, see or no, where we're going to be seeing Joey Janela take on Jacob Fatu. We're also going to be seeing Mexico's versus Violence Forever. We're going to be seeing Speedball Mike Bailey, which Adam talked about earlier, versus Santana Jackson. And Masha Slamovich is in action, and much more.
Can we talk about Masha Slamovich for a second before you
We
finish
can.
that sentence?
As long as we can talk about Killer Kelly.
She was number 13 on the PWI 500. Should I make her number 1 on the PWI Women's 500 or 250?
You would think.
All right, so I'm playing off of Pondwater Dave. I can't agree more. Like, what the hell? If you're no other women were ranked higher than her on the men, so why isn't she ranked 1 on the women's?
That does make a lot of sense, actually.
I
actually
Who
got
was
to watch her
first on the
wrestle
women?
in Melbourne, here for ALW. Shout out Alex Red. But yeah, I was highly impressed with her because I kind of knew her name, but I got to see her live, and I was like, "Dang, she can go." That's why she's got all these accolades.
Yeah,
Here's the
she's
thing.
good.
Putting her number 1 on the PWI 250 doesn't sell magazines. But Charlotte Flair wasn't top 10 either, so whatever. Sorry,
Shit, she
Devin.
even
I
had
keep
10
interrupting
matches.
everybody's segments tonight, but Devin.
She even have 10 matches this year, Charlotte.
No, you're right. That's a good reason not to put her on. Because if they will by their real rules, that is a good reason not to put her on.
So,
Anyway. Sorry,
Part
Devyn.
2 of my Devyn's demographic, my impromptu Devyn's demographic. December 30th. It has just been announced that AEW is going to be having a pay-per-view, World's End. And it's going to be here, well, 6 hours away in Long Island, New
That's all.
York. Yeah, that's all.
Here, 6 hours away. It's like me
Hey, that's
saying it's
okay.
gonna be here in Atlanta. You know.
Yeah.
Well, if it's in the UBS arena, then I'm gonna get tickets to it. But
Hey, Devyn, do you know
everywhere
you
I
guys
look, I
spell
can't find the Coliseum.
You
It's
know you spell
Nassau
governor?
Coliseum. Sorry,
you spell governor wrong?
Governor.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Governor.
Spell it like a freaking supposed to be. Governor.
Isn't it the Nassau
Governor.
Coliseum?
There's like a U
It's
in there.
Governor, named after Governor Morris, the person who was senator and signed the Declaration of Independence.
Ah, gross.
There's your history lesson for today.
All right.
My town was
Good
also
answer.
known for the people that
Answer.
put the hole in the lifesaver. You know the hole in the center of the lifesaver candies?
As James would say, good answer. Good answer.
That saved kids from choking, so there we go.
That's tremendous. That is good news.
Back to you, James.
Hell yeah. That amazing demographic. I like how you thought on your feet there, and boy, you hit a home run, as some would say. Welcome to the World Series.
This question better be good later, huh?
But is it time to go down the road that we will never fucking travel again with the second match?
If we dare.
Yeah.
I think next Top Guy weekend,
I gotta go to the
all
bathroom.
we kick Brad in the balls for making us watch this match.
Can you do it with a kendo stick?
But definitely. Definitely. Anybody that watched this match for this show this week gets to hit Brad with the kendo stick for him making us watch this match.
At least it was only.
And what match is that? Well, woo. It is a
Garbage match.
Stop.
Let's get into it. For those watching on Premiere, you see the graphic. For those listening, it is the Second Gear Crew versus The Calling in a Chamber of Horrors match from MLW Slaughterhouse. It took place October 14th, 2023 at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Woo!
Philadelphia.
Go Birds.
I'd brotherly shove them out of the fucking map if I could. It had a match length of 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Surprisingly, couldn't find a rating because I don't know if the negative, whatever. It just wasn't good. But Devyn, can't wait to hear this explanation. How do we get to this?
So, Second Gear Crew and The Calling have been battling literally all year. This feud started last year at the end of the year in December, and they've been battling in every sort of match you can think of. No DQ matches, crazy singles matches, 6-man tag matches, ladder matches, even a cage match before this. So the Second Gear Crew is the one they call Manders, AJ Gray, Effie, Mance Warner, Matt Justice, and Microman.
I love the group.
Shout out, Mance.
Shout out Microman.
Microman is Alex Kane's goat, he said.
Shout out Effie.
Shout out, Effie.
There you go.
The Calling is the legend Raven
Yeah.
with Akira, Delirious, Ricky Shane Page,
RSP.
Talon, Cannonball,
Yeah.
and Mandy Leon. But the
Mandy
two taking
Leon.
on sorry, mispronunciation.
Cicero.
The two from each group taking on each other today are Mance Warner, everyone's favorite, and Matt Justice versus Talon and Cannonball in the second ever Chamber of Horrors match.
Now, and that's another question for later, by the way. But anyway, I have one thing to say. Do you think, so this is basically a new flock, right? The Calling?
Yeah, I think so.
So do you think that, who owns that name? Why aren't they calling it that?
I wonder
WWE.
if that's a Raven thing.
He's there. He's part of it.
Well, then WWE must own him then.
Was WWE ever? Yeah, well, I guess now WWE owns WCW, but there was
Yeah.
also ECW. I'm just curious. That was off the cuff. As
Yeah,
Matt
but
Evans saying.
ECW they played music without getting licenses
Yeah.
and all that. So they're not telling well, yeah.
Well, it started at ECW, right? And then it went to whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is Matt M says, stick with the script, Bragg. You're better off. So I will say this, Adam. I'm supposed to have that shirt, but I don't. Okay. I was asked by Lauren Y. We all know who that is, what my size is. And I never got it in the mail because Deb did do mansplaining on ad-free shows. And I'll tell you what a great time that was. For those of you that don't know, mansplaining was us wrestling nerds, wives, significant others, whatever it is, would get on with Mance and watch a match. And it was for ad-free shows only, and it was a podcast. It was so much fun. I actually took off work for it.
It was awesome. It was one of my
That's the
favorite
funny
things.
thing. I don't have a wife, girlfriend, or nothing. That was a part of it.
I got my shirt.
It was one of my favorite things, man. And Mance Warner even did a cameo for me. I think Lauren paid for it, obviously, but Mance did a cameo for me, and referenced the Cowboys, referenced all kinds of stuff. It was awesome. I still have it saved.
Somebody actually gave me this shirt off their back at Taco Weekend.
Yeah, probably someone. Yeah, I get you. I'll never forget Deb saying though, because Man said he was tired. She goes, it's been a long week. Now we recorded it on a Tuesday, and she's like, long week. She goes, it's Tuesday. He goes, Deb, kayfabe, Deb, kayfabe. It is Friday at 7 p.m. Deb. It was such good shit.
And his cat's like causing a scene and all that stuff all the time.
Oh, I have a cameo that was made for somebody, and it's freaking hilarious.
So for those of you that are on ad-free shows, that is still available in the archives, believe it or not. You
Great
can
stuff,
back
dude.
if you want. So James, let's just start this. So this is a Chambers of Horror match, like Devyn said.
Chamber of Horrors.
Chambers. Dude, I can't talk today. I'm not sure what's going on, but we are struggling over here. James, let's start with the announcers.
Well, it is Joe Dombrowski and Matt Stryker. It's to me, Mario, and a convict.
Yeah.
Hey, here's the thing. Just random fact. Did you know that he's not saying it's a me, Mario? He's saying it's Sumi, which is Japanese for super. That is something
Fantastic.
people have gotten wrong for like 30 years now. It's not it's a me Mario. It's Sumi Mario, which is Super Mario in Japanese. The more you know.
So the calling coming to the ring.
Smarter now that I know that.
See?
When you saw the entrance for the calling, Mike, what did you think of their entrance?
They look like those what the fuck you call them? Those dominatrix sex people, whatever. I was
You're
like,
not wrong. You're not wrong.
You got a gas mask. I didn't know what the fuck I was watching.
Nothing turns me on more than a gas mask, buddy.
God, jeez.
Did you think he was going to wear that the whole match?
I did not.
Ooh. I mean,
Bet it was fun stuff wearing that and breathing heavy and everything.
I wonder what he looks like under there, huh? The second Gear Crew entrance now. James, I know you're a big Mance fan. I mean, these guys, you can't help but root for them, right?
Yeah, they're it looks like some people you can relate to. I'm not saying everybody's like this, but they're relatable people. It's not the fucking gaucho mask type shit or whatever, the leather and all that stuff. It looks like some down home boys just walking out here ready to whoop some ass. Like you can back that, you can cheer for that.
mhm.
Adam, I know this isn't your thing, but do you remember the last did you watch the last Chamber of Horrors match?
No,
You didn't?
no. I didn't really watch this one too much.
You're full of shit, right?
I watched a
You
little
watched
bit of it.
You watched it all. It was 8 minutes. Anyway.
8 minutes I'll never get
8
back.
minutes
Thank
and
you.
46 seconds. Thanks, Brad.
Hey, Adam, I'm going to promise you another thing. You're going to watch another one like this eventually. So anyway, and here we go. Talon slammed by both members of the second Gear Crew onto the medical table, I guess you'd call it. Devyn, I want to know from you, how do you win this match?
You have to strap one of your opponents into the electric chair, and then you gotta flip that switch. and they'll electrocute the heck out of them.
It's so stupid. It's just,
Sounds like a good old manslaughter, huh?
and the thing is, this started 30 years ago, right? Come on.
It ended 30 years ago.
Huh?
For real. Should have ended in the fucking what do they call those? The creative meeting. It should have ended in the creative meeting and never been put out.
So as
There's
you guys
been
know,
other matches similar to it.
very much so. You're very much so. By the way, I asked Chat GPT about this. They said it was similar to Hell in a Cell. I said, I don't know, guys.
It was hell, and it wasn't a cell.
But like you
give
said,
it
this is in Philadelphia, and I know
Shocking.
I could have gone to this, but I didn't. And I bet you this was really fun to be at, though. I bet it was. So elbow to talon, barbed wire bat in the fold now. Adam, who's the referee, and what's the point?
I'm not sure who the referee was because there's not really no referee in there. So there's a couple of them outside, but it's basically just open the door.
But Mike, this Cannonball's an interesting guy, huh?
Oh yeah, let me tell you.
What was his role exactly? What did you think of him when he walked down?
He's the guy on top. I don't know. I mean, he's
Like,
killing.
you're really far away again, buddy. You're really far away. Come on, move up. Let's just join the party. All right. Chairs from second gear to Talon. Devyn, why do these guys look like they're loving every minute of this?
So, like I had said a little bit earlier, their leader is Raven. Raven is one of those domestic, physically insane characters that's always wanted to put his people through physical torture and hell. So, like, these two love and pain. It's not anything that it's not anything we haven't seen Raven doing. So, I think it's just that follow the leader.
I mean, do you think this is a modern? Devyn, back to you. Do you think this is a modern day Cactus Jack versus Sting versus the Dangerous Alliance? Or
no, I mean, kind of. We have our two big good guys versus the bad guys. So yeah.
you wrote it, pal. All right, so they finally all get in the cage, and then the bell rings, and I'm like, "Oh, this is just starting now." So does the 8 minutes start from here, or did it start from when everybody walked down? So I was curious. Big board to Cannonball. James, you in the room?
Yeah.
James, nice looking electric chair. What did you think of the look of the electric chair, and what year is it from?
1927, I think. It has remnants of the Great Depression on it. It feels like. I would say. Or wait, that was the Roaring 20s, my bad. Anyway, but yeah, what I thought about it was, boy, if this was a stinker back in 1991 or whatever, can't wait to see how it pans out on this one. And I will say, I don't know if you're going to mention it, but the cage in the way the whole match, like with no cameraman inside the cage, I would find myself like, my brain would focus on the wrestlers, but sometimes all I could see is the fucking cage, and like I.
All right, so that's a good point. It's a good point because the production. I mean, MLW is what it is with production. There's no doubt about it. They're like the step above independent wrestling, but they're still independent wrestling because all these guys work for a lot of other places. So you're not wrong. Double team to Cannonball, who's just standing there looking like he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just getting hit. Talon through the table or board. Now a weapon. Cannonball. Did Cannonball lose a bet, Mike? Like, why is he in there just getting his ass kicked and doing absolutely nothing?
I mean, I have no idea. But he's kind of like the monster that you can't beat down because he's just standing there and taking hell of a beating.
It almost feels like it's his first match, and they're just like, get in there and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they might have picked him up off the streets or something and give him that.
Put this mask on, you're in.
There are plenty of guys in the crowd there that don't look too far off.
So the referee is Frankie Gastineau.
You know, I love when Adam just starts talking about stuff we asked 25 minutes. Big Frank Gastineau has been a referee in some of our matches before. He was the referee for Riddle versus Swerve.
Yeah.
I can't believe I remember that, but I can't remember the name of the people in the matches today. But,
I will say, big dude there took a lot of unprotected chair shots. I thought was a little crazy. Chair shots on the board.
Agreed. Finally fighting back, though. Adam, is this gimmick match better in theory than in execution?
Oh, it definitely looks better on paper. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Speaking of paper, Paper cut to Mance from Cannonball. The crowd is yelling, "You sick fuck." Mike, that had to make you smile, right?
It did, but I mean, it was like that stupidest, funniest thing ever.
I freaking loved it.
Shout out to the hose clamps holding that case
Ring
together.
These guys are hitting each other with chairs. They're going through boards, but the paper cut is "you sick fuck." That is good shit, right?
And he did it on his lips. He did it on the hand and on his lips.
Speaking of paper cut to the lip of mouth of Mance.
Ah,
That's
Disgusting.
cringe.
Did not
Huh?
have-
It's kind of like when a dog dies in a movie. Everybody's upset, but the person dies. We're all good.
Old Yeller.
Old Yeller was sad. Old Yeller.
Best doggone dog in the West.
Old Yeller. Staple gun to Matthew Justice. James, have you ever used office supplies in a shoot fight?
I haven't. I've seen some crazy things being used, but I personally, I'm a lover, Brad, not a fighter.
The hell with the staple gun. Use the staple puller. That shit hurts worse.
How do you know that?
Look at it. It's got sharp points and stuff. That staple puller would hurt like
He
hell.
says this shit
I
in
want to
first
see that in
person.
a match. Someone walk out with a staple gun, and someone just like ching 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 ching. Like,
Staple puller.
puller.
Yeah.
So screwdriver to Mance from Talon. Now stapling Mance's arm. Devyn, I can only imagine that you checked out right here.
I checked out at the paper cuts. That's when I was like, this is
You
too
guys
much
really
for me.
telling me you
Made
didn't
it
have
further
fun?
than I did.
You're telling
Alright.
me you didn't laugh.
I deal with big sheets of paper on a daily basis. I get paper cuts on my fingers all the time.
I can't believe
And
it.
I know these some bitches hurt. So if I was to get one in between my fingers, that I might cry.
All right. So now there's a random pumpkin. Okay.
I did
Hell
like
yeah, Brad.
right before that. I did like Mance was in the corner pulling out the staples.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
I like how
Still-
Brad's like, you guys didn't get into this, you guys didn't laugh, and then Devin does that thing, and it's like, so now there's a random pumpkin. Like, good lord. Like, what are
And
we
we're still
doing
stapling.
here?
Still
I hate
stapling.
the screwdriver spot. I freaking hate that.
Still stapling. Talon used a weapon by Cannonball on Mance through the table. Chair to the back of Cannonball and Talon. Adam, as an in-ring performer, how much would they have to pay you to do this?
I'm not sure there is enough money.
I don't
It
buy that
take-
for a fucking minute.
It'd take more than a hot dog and a handshake. I promise you that.
I
Probably two.
know. As the $1 Million Man would say, everybody's got a price.
I've been in the ring with the thumbtacks already, but I don't want to be in there with no staple gun.
How in the world is a staple gun not as bad as tax? You guys act like tax or nothing. I don't understand. It looks like hell.
No, the kendo stick is the worst part.
Yeah, bullshit. Freaking bullshit.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. Anyway, pile driver onto the pumpkin from Mance to Talon. But did he actually land his head on the pumpkin, Mike?
But no,
Fuck no.
he was way off.
I'm not even close. But the pumpkin would have been safer. Pumpkin's on the head of Cannonball, then a chair to the pumpkin head. James,
no
is,
protection.
Well, that was the strongest
He
pumpkin
did,
I
he
think
had
I've
a
ever seen, too.
James, this is terribly fun, right? Come on, man.
The little knickknacks below Brian's on the bottom of Brian's pictures are kind of fun. That's about the funnest thing about this match is what's Brian got on his TV stand thing. But
So-
no, I get what you're saying with it being fun. I think we watched it and we're definitely underwhelmed, which is a story of my life with the ladies. But I would say if we look back at it in the Brad Stanton spectrum view, I bet it was fun, but I'm not speaking for everyone, but I bet I am. When we all watched this and thought, what the fuck?
Guys,
You know?
we watched a Mountain Dew match. We watched a zombie match. What is so different about this match?
Well, I didn't like those being fun either, especially that zombie one.
But it's like everything we talk about with wrestling. It's a smorgasbord.
Yeah.
And it's for Halloween. It's just for Halloween. And you know what? We got 4 guys in the ring that were giving us creative, and they did it right.
Yeah.
Justice off the top of the cage onto Cannonball Pumpkinhead. I keep writing Pumpkinhead. Thrown through the table, sort of. Looked awkward. Eye poke to Talon from Mance.
Awesome.
Sure.
I love Mance. Mance
Love
did the elbow thing earlier in the match, the dusty elbow, and he did the little eye poke thing. Like, I thought that was cool.
So when again back to the mansplaining, when we watched Gargano versus Ricochet from NXT, and Mance, it's not exactly his thing, and my wife's like, so can you do that? He goes, no, I'm more of an eye poke guy. Talon in the electric chair now. He's latched in, and he is electrified in the chair. I know
Without the helmet on. Good stuff.
This is absolutely ridiculous. He's convulsing, and the match is over. Second Gear Crew wins. Mance and Justice are absolute showmen. Crowd loves them, and no matter what they are given, it is a lot of fun. So,
and it was the opening match, just like the Chamber of Horrors was the opening match on Halloween Havoc.
Heads up, guys, I did not watch this before I announced it, so I had no idea what we were getting into, but I knew it was going to be terrible. But I thought it'd be fun. So I appreciate you guys playing along. And unless you guys have anything left,
Devyn does.
I do think that front flip coast to coast that Matthew Justice did, that was honestly one of the best coast to coast I've ever seen.
Sorry about that, Devyn. You did write that down. But
I'll give him that.
Was the ref holding up the cage, Devyn?
Oh yeah.
Ref was holding the cage the whole match.
There's a referee outside holding the cage up.
Yeah, they hold the ladders too. So what's the difference?
It was all right.
That cage is supposed to be structurally sound, and it
but
was not.
You're in the
Then
25th.
there was a
I didn't hate it as much as the rest of us seem to. But
No, I didn't hate it at all. I was laughing at the paper cut stuff. I seriously was
hated
laughing.
it. I was just like, well, man,
And
this is gonna be fun.
I guarantee you the cage match I referee in will be a whole lot more stable than that piece of shit.
My biggest takeaway from this match,
I guarantee you will be.
I think Matthew Justice is an underrated performer. I didn't know much about him, and
He's real good.
He was phenomenal.
They're a great team. This is not new. They've been around a while. They're a good team. Second Gear Crew. I think our boy Eddie Kingston was part of the Second Gear Crew.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, big at GCW, then they went to MLW.
They're wherever they are. They're the Second Gear Crew, which is look. They're doing exactly what they want to do. They're having a good time. I don't know what kind of money they're making. I'm sure it's good enough, but they're everywhere. GCW, MLW. I'm sure there's plenty more. But if you guys are ready for the questions,
Sure are. I think we've exasperated this match.
so they were all Twitter questions this week. Shout out to our friends, but hey, that's okay. I'll get you next week, fellas and girls. So Barney R on Twitter wants to know: do you think Impact now changing back to TNA will make a difference? There it is. It's a long-awaited question, huh?
Here comes the 30-minute answer.
Yep.
Why?
Because it's nostalgia. It's been around since like 2002. And everybody, because the call letters too, you can't say Impact, but everybody can go TNA. So just for a crowd response itself, it'll be better. Plus the nostalgia feel. And it's...
The crowd never stopped chanting it.
But didn't they get rid of those letters for a reason?
What?
Didn't they get rid of those letters for a reason?
I guess just to wash away all of the Dixie Carter stuff.
Well, doesn't it mean tits and ass, really? I know it means I'm gonna stop wrestling, but didn't it kind of mean that with the girls in cages and stuff like that?
That's how it started out to be, but
because Bruce
I think that might be another reason why they got away from it.
Bruce talked about like wanting to rebrand it because he thought TNA was like a little more juvenile of a name. So
there was a tag team called TNA in WWE, and they meant it.
That's now, baby.
Mike, what do you think?
I think it'll work out.
I think it's gonna work. You got Billy Corgan now. He's doing everything with it.
No, he's
Billy
NWA.
Corgan's NWA.
Oh, my bad.
But I mean, I appreciate that. NWA, hey, they're going on CW soon, so.
And I think TNA is responding to what NWA is doing because now they have a TV deal. So I think NWA is like, well, hey, I mean, TNA is like, well, wait a minute. NWA is doing stuff. AEW is doing stuff. We got to do something. So they're going to revamp their whole production deal. They're bringing in guys to help with matches. And they changed the whole name. I mean, what better than changing the whole name and rebranding and revamping everything?
I think you made a great point earlier in the night here, or in the show, when you said they need to go on a different network, but they own that they own that channel. So I don't know how, Anthem owns that. So I don't know that. I think that's the biggest problem, isn't it? That they're not in a lot of homes.
Yeah, they need like a partner station, kind of like, okay, we're still going to be under Anthem,
like Access,
but we'll license it out to you or something.
I think
mean-
here's my thing with this. I like the nostalgia part of it. Obviously, TNA wasn't really a strong brand during its dying days and stuff. But if they, and I said this on the Palm Water Zoom last night, and I think I said it later. If they like bring someone back, or if they make it a very intriguing story, and then that new pay-per-view has like a lot of build and a lot of hype to it, I think they can capitalize on the name change and put themselves right back up there with a little bit of prominence again. Like they have a great opportunity to change their whole how people think about them, whatever that word is.
I'll say this: I don't like the crowd.
They can change the whole view of their company if they knock it out of the park with that first pay-per-view.
I feel like they
can become the third dominant wrestling force behind AEW.
They have a good chance.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm watching independent wrestling on TV when I'm watching it because of the crowd. I that's why I was kind of hinting at you earlier, Mike. I do feel that way. I have a tough time staying engaged, even though I know the wrestling's good and the performers are good and the stories are good, but it's just that
the smaller venue aspect.
It just feels less than.
Yeah, it's even like during the COVID era. Watching that was it was hard to watch.
Yeah, and nothing against any of the guys there. I think they're tremendous athletes. I think, like, I put a match on today that I loved, but again, it feels less than because of the production. Yep. So I think we know. Devyn, you agree?
Yeah, and that will be official at Hard to Kill in January 2024.
Look at that guy ready with freaking stuff.
If they have a great main event and a great story going into it, and they crush it on that pay-per-view, I think the rebrand will pay off. But if they don't get asses in seats and eyes on the TV, then it's the same. Like you didn't move the needle, you changed your name.
And it's crazy that they're going into this. You got to realize the champions are former tag team champions that they split up. And I don't know, I can't remember why they did it, but you got Alex Shelley as the world champion and Chris Sabin is the X Division champion. So not only are they amazing tag team champions, but they're both singles champions.
Very happy
for former TNA guys.
Awesome,
what about the
man.
belts?
Yeah, and both former TNA guys. Yeah.
What about the belts? They got to have all new belts made.
I love that TNA
That's
belt.
interesting you say that too, because Moose actually had the TNA belt recently. And so all right, so last night I was listening to Reffing It Up with Brian Hebner, and they had Caleb with a K on there. Caleb with a K, big part of Impact Wrestling for a long time. He said they were trying to do that with that belt. He felt already, and then he does not sure what happened, but he said he doesn't agree with it. He thinks it's a lateral move. I'm like, oh, well, appreciate the honesty anyway. He's not with them anymore, but just
they have a chance.
It
is a lateral move unless they do something to spearhead a bunch of interest and all that.
Right. Like, why would they do it if they thought it was a lateral move? No.
Yeah.
But
Did you guys see how they announced it?
At the end of Hard to Kill.
That video was pretty cool too.
And the Bound for Glory.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of it, that whole pay-per-view, they're announcing that they had a special announcement that was happening, and they kind of kept hinting at that it might be a CM Punk. And then Kenta did the go to sleep at the beginning of the show. They didn't talk about it or anything, just bring up his name, but they kept hinting at things. And
I heard backstage.
You think they'll pay him to revamp this new brand launch thing, and he'll do like a one-off at that pay-per-view?
I don't know what their money situation is, but I would imagine CM Punk's a lot.
Maybe.
I think they need to tag Will Ospreay and push him. And if they do bring in a Punk or something like that, they could be, like I said, the number 3 standout brand. I mean,
well, I think aren't they already the number 3 brand?
It's questionable. I mean, because if there were more TV shows,
NWA,
because NWA is doing something big now.
I agree.
Kind of like NWA, TNA are kind of.
No, I get you.
And shout out to our boy, my new best friend Rolando. He's you see him on that graphic in that referee shirt, man. He's going to be doing some things.
As we record, he has a big match refereeing this weekend.
Shout out.
Yep.
And shout out to WOW, Women of Wrestling. They've been averaging more viewers than Rampage on a weekly basis.
I think we can all thank Hollywood Haley J for that, huh?
Yeah,
shout
out to her being on Collision too.
She won the belt at that pay-per-view that was local here, or the show that was local here.
Oh yeah,
she won the belt from Leva Bates.
So she was on Collision too. So
yes,
I mean, great things happening out there. All right, so wow, we really answered that. Guess we were ready, huh? So Added Up Bobby wants to know, who's your favorite Bullet Club member ever? Now, you got a lot of them here. You got
Ooh.
a lot of them. I'm going AJ Styles.
Good answer.
Oh,
Ooh. AJ or Finn? Yeah.
Finn, another great one.
I'm gonna go AJ and Finn because that's the only two I really know, I guess.
Nah, you know a lot more.
Well, I
And the
mean, but
Good
like-
Brothers.
You don't realize
they
how many
were
you know.
going, like when they were going, when AJ was part of it, I heard about him and knew about it, and when Finn was part of it, I heard about it, knew about it, because then people were like, "Hey, boy, Hangman was with the Bullet Club." I was like, I didn't watch, but
Gallows and Anderson were both there. Anderson was
Yeah.
a big part of the Bullet Club.
Tamatonga or whatever.
what about Cody Rhodes?
There you go.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was brought up, but I just threw out his name.
Yeah, he was there with the Young Bucks.
Good answer. Good answer.
I saw
So that-
Tonga on New Japan show recently. He's freaking incredible. Go ahead, Devin.
I had never in my life really followed New Japan Pro Wrestling, and the only time I did was when this guy was like extremely prominent in the Bullet Club, and that was Kenny Omega. So I'm gonna have to go with him.
But like, this is an amazing thing. Is all right. So never mind. The next question adds a different layer to this. So, Waterboy 1994 says we see Bullet Club in New Japan, AEW, and Impact. Can we see a crossover in the WWE?
Didn't they already do it with the club?
Yeah,
AJ
they
Styles?
In a
mentioned
way, yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
But it's it is true. Like right now, there's this. You have Ace and Bay in Impact. You have obviously Jay White in WWE, right? And Juice Robinson, and of course it's in New Japan. It's very interesting that you have this faction that goes over different organizations, isn't it?
I think Mike has the closest they'll get is with the OC or whatever the fuck it
Yeah,
was.
the OC original club or whatever.
That's
whatever.
about as close as you're
No,
gonna
I
get.
agree. But have you ever seen
WWE
a
dude.
faction overlap like that? Like they do overlap with these three other organizations.
Never.
Only like the Click. That's
Well,
the only one
but
I
that
can
was
think
But
more
of.
they
like-
weren't coming out as the Click.
Yeah,
but
they
like
were, yeah, there
sure.
was no, yeah, but I
they're
mean,
all
this,
representing the Bullet Club and all these different
Like,
promotions.
if you
That is
actually-
cool.
Google the Bullet Club, you'll see like where this one is, they're in this organization. Very cool. I don't know. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Well, so did Waterboy 1994. So Evan B wants to know, why did it take so long to have
Evan Bourne.
Evan B?
Friend of
Maybe.
the show.
Maybe. Why did it take so long to have a second Chamber of Horrors match?
Same reason why it's going to take another 30 years.
Right.
My guess is there's been very similar things, so I don't. They just probably titled it that way, but
It's not the best thing out there, and like Mike said, probably gonna be another minute before this ever goes down.
I'm
again.
actually surprised that Jeff Jarrett hasn't done this because he's done about every match that known to man with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Good Housekeeping, and whatever else they decide they want him to
For
do.
real.
Freaking concession stand match and
King of the Mountain.
I mean, like seriously, you want to talk about the king of the gimmick matches? That is freaking our boy Jeff Jarrett. He'll do whatever you tell him and make the most of it. Anyway, guys, that's it for the questions. Thanks.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Damn, that's it.
That's it. 5's good. I'm good with 5. Considering one took 20 minutes.
True. Well, I guess it's right back. Shout out to an Anheuser-Busch product, another Anheuser-Busch product being advertised on our show. Shout out Devyn. Bush sucks. But it doesn't suck. Devyn's topic. So Devyn, what you got for us this week?
So nope, you're wrong there. Actually, that does suck too, James. Because I don't really have much of a topic today.
Fuck yeah,
I
dude.
tried
We only
to
do this
go
once
on
a
the
week.
I tried to go on the app and edit our thing and delete my topic, but my app wouldn't work. So, what is one of your favorite things that you have ever eaten in your life?
This is stupid.
That's how.
I know
All right,
what my
all right,
answer's
all
gonna
right.
be, but it's not gonna be PG, and I'll leave it at that.
All right, so no.
Kibba. It's kibba. Lebanese food. It's kibba. None of y'all know what it is, but it's bomb as fuck. Philly cheesesteak, steak, chili cheese dog.
From any brothers sandwich.
I'm a simple kind of man.
Fries on it, slaw on it, everything on it.
I'm chili. I can eat chili every day.
Man, this is enthralling, isn't it?
What was the question?
What do you like to eat? What do you like
What's
to
your
eat?
favorite thing you've ever ate? And
He already answered it. He just smiled. And
That's my favorite thing.
He's freaking muted.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, especially when it's all in your beard and shit.
you got to grab them that way they don't wiggle away. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, they're bucking.
Oh, I was talking about eating a nice chili dog. Whenever
me too.
Oh, you
Delicious.
thought I'm. Oh, okay. Oh. I got
Back
Checking
to
on the
you,
chili
James.
dogs outside the Tasty Freeze, huh? Oh, Jack and Diane, huh? What's up?
My bad. I see where you're going. My fault.
Back to you, James.
Hell yeah, Devin, that was amazing stuff. I'm glad we chomped our way through that segment.
Sorry, I felt like my spirit of this week.
Right?
I didn't know
What?
Jeff Jarrett was a member of the Bullet Club.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
been a
the one that
member of
killed it.
everything that fails at the end. He was in he's NWO as well, wasn't he?
NWO, Click,
2000.
DX,
Yeah, Phantasmo, Frank Kazarian. Geez, I didn't know all these guys was in there.
Raven's Flock. He was
Oh
part
yeah,
of it.
man! Like
NW
Brad said
NWA?
earlier, shout out to Adam for doing a callback. That was something we did like 20 minutes ago.
Marty Scurll.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Well-
Bullet Club members you wouldn't realize, but go
Hey,
ahead.
I mean, we could keep going with this or that, or hey, what year is it?
All right, so
So,
if
Brad,
anybody
what
Not
is
listens,
the more.
if anybody listens to the Click This podcast, which is Kevin Nash, he does a thing called Florida Man and Jersey Guy. And they read two headlines, and he's got to guess which one is from Jersey and which one is from Florida. Now, I'm not gonna lie, guys, it is hard to come up with news segments, and I've kind of tried to get away from the FMK. I do bring it back when we have friends of the show on that have wanted.
Thanks, Mike. Once you mute your stupid microphone. Sorry, guys. My mic tips off and uses the bathroom.
Oh, that is perfect.
What the hell happened?
I don't know. It sounds like a pee
What
in
are
a
you
bucket.
doing?
Mute your microphone.
It's like
not
you're
doing
running
nothing.
through brush.
It is exactly what he's doing.
God.
It is exactly what he's doing. Anyway,
Sounds like he's
I don't know
peeing in a
what's going on.
bucket and ripping
Seriously,
paper
my
all at the same
fucked
time.
up.
right,
my
running
gosh.
through a bush or something.
dude, you really had to go.
That was fucking awesome.
So it is hard to come up with new stuff. So yeah, I do the FMK still when we bring back guys that I've been listening for a long time and want to do it. But other than that, I try to come up with new stuff. So this time I listened to his stuff because he also has another thing on there where it's like Dear Abby, but it's Dear Sexy, and it's basically Dear Abby letters that they're saying to him. Good shit, man. Good creative stuff. So this is what's called Then or Now, or Now or Then, whatever. So I have
This
an
or
article-
that. Jesus.
no, the second part, the year
Oh,
thing.
what year
So-
is it?
What year is it? So I have an
What
article.
year is it?
I have an article here from 2013, and I have an article here from 2023, and I want to see if you guys know which is which. So, mystery parachuter lands near Goldman Sachs. Two mystery men clad in all black and wearing dark helmets parachuted into lower Manhattan before dawn Monday, landing right in front of one of the world's largest investment banks before vanishing, police said. Cops on Monday night were still searching for the jumpers who were captured on surveillance video after they dropped from the sky in front of the Goldman Sachs building near the World Financial Center. Now, the other article is this. Florida authorities killed an alligator that was seen with human remains in its mouth. A large alligator was killed by officials after it was seen with human remains in its mouth in the Tampa Bay area of Florida. Jamarcus Bullard said he witnessed the horrific scene in the canal unincorporated Largo before reporting the site to authorities on Friday. Local station WFLA reported. When the scene turned gruesome, Bullard hit record on his phone. I threw a rock at the gator just to see if it was really a gator. And like it pulled the body, like it was holding on to the lower part of a torso. And it pulled it underwater, Bullard told the TV station. So, guys, which one is 2023 and which one is 2013?
It's easy. You spoiled it when you said pull the phone out to record. Parachuters is 2013. The other one is 2023. Because back then they didn't pull their phones out to record. They actually said something. But now they don't want to say nothing to nobody. They just stop and record.
So
So,
you're right.
Parachuters, 2013.
You're absolutely right, and that was the clue. If you can find the clue, there's always going to be a clue if I ever do this again, if you can figure out what the clue is. Because if I'm just reading stuff that has no clue, what bullshit.
The gator thing was a loaded deal because that could be every third day here.
And it could have been 1971.
Exactly.
So that's where I tried to trick you. I felt that was it seemed like an older story, but at the same time, I kind of wondered if you guys thought, was Goldman Sachs still there?
I don't even.
It is, by the way. It's an investment firm, but it's a famous
Investment firm. Yeah.
But like, I mean, a lot of banking's changed, like a lot. So
Yeah.
there was just a lot of little things there that I thought could have tricked you. But thanks, Adam. Easy. All right. Well, I mean, we can do a little bit of this or that if you wanted. You guys like pancakes or waffles?
I don't like either one of them.
You have to pick one.
Waffles.
I like waffles.
No,
Tricky. It's a tough one. They're all unique in their own way. Waffles
hash
is
browns.
We're not
smothered
talking about the
covered
ladies,
chicken
pal.
rice.
Waffles is good. Pancakes are good. I don't know, man. It's a tough one.
All
I
right.
like
Probably
Waffle
leaning more
House.
towards
Does that
waffles.
count?
Mr. Fuji or Slick as a manager?
Slick, 100%.
Mr. Fuji.
Mr. Fuji. Mike?
Mr. Fuji.
And finally, Lay's or Pringles?
Pringles.
Pringles.
Because you always get a full can no matter what.
True.
That is bullshit. That is a bullshit thing to say. What do you think? There's more Pringles in a Pringles can than more
Yeah,
Lay's?
but
Well, yeah,
But
but
you don't
Lay's
know
is
what you're
like
getting
half
with
air.
Lay's
Shout out
potato
It's
Lay's.
half
chips.
full, but the bag's bigger.
Yeah, but you're
And you
getting
still
like
watch
3/4 air. The whole can of Pringles, you get
Yeah.
a whole can.
And the bags are going smaller and they're getting more expensive.
Let me ask you this. I like Lay's, but let's continue.
I mean,
Now,
I like
you
the
know-
different flavors, but if I have to buy, wow, man, Lay's regular though is good. But I'm with
Yeah.
everybody here. You get efficiency with the volume in the Pringles.
Pringles, salt, and vinegar.
So let me ask you this. You guys, what about the stackers?
Yep.
True. I will say our show is like Pringles because once people, take a pop on an episode, oh my God, they just can't stop. So, shout us out on Premiere or check us out on Premiere and listen wherever you get your podcast.
I think once you have a Lay, very good, James. But once you have a Lay's stacker, I think a Pringle seems like not less
You
than.
didn't say Lay's stacker. You didn't say
I know
that.
I didn't. I'm shooting from the hip now. Okay, I meant Lay's in a bag. That's fine.
No, if we're
Half
talking
bag,
Doritos
full
are
can.
bomb.
All right, M&M's
Half bag, full can.
or Kit Kats.
What kind of
Okay.
M&M's?
Plain.
Kit Kat.
Oh, Kit Kat.
Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Now, if you just said peanut butter M&M's, it'd have been a whole
Peanut
different
butter
story.
M&M's. Why don't you go get a Reese Piecey, pal? Peanut butter.
Snickers is
Reese's
a
Pieces.
ghost.
Bullshit.
I'll give it to Snickers.
If I want to get M&M's plain or whatever, I was going to get Reese's Pieces. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, Reese's Pieces is stupid.
Snickers ice cream.
Off.
Snickers ice cream bar is bomb. The bar, not the tub.
I don't like peanuts. But I like peanut butter though.
Boy, had a good joke right there, but not.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah.
You guys like Milky Ways?
Yes.
Love Milky Ways. Yeah.
I like putting a Milky Way in the freezer, but then letting it melt a little bit.
Yep. Then
alright.
that
Can't
creamy
bite into it if
nougat.
you go too soon.
I was gonna say they're kind of plain, but I do like almond joys and mounds and stuff.
Let's sing it. Almond.
Does got nuts. Mounds.
Mounds.
Because.
Because
Sometimes you
Sometimes
feel like
feel like a nut.
Sometimes
You
you're
know.
boing. All right, guys, that's it. Adam, thanks for being so smart, pal. Back to you.
Yeah.
But there
I
was
can
a
ruin it
clue.
for you.
There was a clue. Good job.
My can didn't pop. Damn it.
Oh, it's enthralling. James, back to you.
we popping
Full can.
full can. Love it. Well, this or that. I'll tell you this
So
much.
what's the best flavor of Pringles?
Salt and vinegar.
Pizza. The pizza
Barbe-
one.
I like barbecue.
Cheddar sour cream.
No, get the fuck out of here. Why did that ever even become a thing? Why did they combine cheddar and sour cream in any kind of chip? You don't put sour cream on cheddar anything in real life.
If I want sour cream on my chip, I'll just dip it in sour cream.
What's the deal?
Sweet potatoes have cheddar and sour cream.
And what's a check?
Adam won.
Touche. That's the spirit of Tampa right there.
Oh, freaking great
Love
stuff.
that. You know what else I love? Next week's episode. Because what is it?
Go ahead, Devin.
Next week. I don't know. What
You
is
said you
next
were gonna
week's
pick
episode?
the fucking
hold
matches,
on.
asshole.
Hold on.
No,
So
I have the week after.
So for the what?
Back to you, Brad.
You're
In
a
our
prick.
text message, y'all bragged about some big announcement, and now we have
Oh,
no
big
You
announcement.
announcement.
know
is-
something now.
Is this Brad's debuting a brand new segment next week?
He is. Brad is debuting a brand new segment next week. So stay tuned for that.
Yep, it's gonna be great.
This is my personal chamber of horrors. What the fuck are we doing next week?
All right, well.
I was under the impression a big announcement was happening.
Yeah, I was under that impression as well, since you texted me on the side. What am I missing here, Devin?
Apparently,
Yeah,
it's not
I
a
asked
big-
for the 9th, the episode that
Oh, you
we're
wrote. You
recording
did.
on
You
the
wrote,
9th.
so you wrote not next week, but the week
Son of
after.
a
Good job, Bradley.
fuck yeah, guys. Professional podcast.
Oh, you bitch!
That's
Why
why the
can't-
number 19 is smaller on the
So
outline.
basically,
Not a
so
big
this
deal.
is basically what matches he's picking. He's picking to pick 2 matches from this pay-per-view he bought from all of us from the NWA, but we got to watch them first, right, Devin?
No. That's not what's happening.
It was a pretty good guess, though. All right, back to you, James.
What?
We don't know.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Is that what's
just pay
happening next
attention
week?
on all of our socials. We don't know.
Devin, when's the pay-per-view? Friday night?
Howdy.
It
Pick
is
2 matches.
as we're recording Saturday night.
All right,
And
pick
aim
2
ya.
matches tomorrow night when you watch it.
Sounds good.
Jeez, oh man. Since we're all going to get it for free because Devin bought it. Thanks, Devin.
Welcome.
Let's
That's
go
the
Wombo.
NWA pay-per-view, by the way. I apologize for those.
Samhain.
Whatever that means.
So next week, just pay attention to the socials and we'll figure something out. That's all I guess I can say.
Samhain means build up with no
My gosh. All right. Tell me something you don't know, fucker.
it means
That's
build
half
up
hot.
with no
Keep going,
payoff.
James.
Well, I guess what better way to end than on a high note, huh?
Kind of funny, though.
I think
Yeah.
somebody was high when they did this one.
Heard that. All right. Well, had a fun episode. We got a good thing going here. Got a great group of guys, and then then there's me. But that's that's taking the attention away from what we got going on here. And hope everybody enjoys it. Hope everybody likes it. I think we got a funny thing going here. Everybody's hilarious, and hey, wrestling. Why not? I want to say you can follow us all over your socials. That is Kick Out Crew, here, there, and everywhere. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do have clips. You can watch exclusively on Premier Streaming Network, and we hope you do because, like I said, if you prove you watch, we'll acknowledge it. Acknowledge it.
Not you, Bober.
Yeah. And
Or
I
bang.
guess what a great way to start and end our weeks, I guess, because my days off changed, so this is like my last day off, and then or no, I'm off tomorrow, but you know what I'm saying, my last night to do anything. And you know what the night ain't it funny how the night moves when you just don't have as much to lose. And speaking of losing, we don't lose here, we win, because the best thing about you listening to our show is that you're still here with us and you've overcome whatever obstacles were in your way and you rose up like the phoenix to every occasion, because sometimes you need a break from life, and that's what our show, your show, provides. And especially remember that when life pins you down, you fucking kick out at 2. Always. That's what we do, and that's what you do. Oh, on your show. So thank you everybody for listening and watching, and hey, we will fucking see you next week. Goodbye.
Run.
Pringles, motherfucker.